Hello, everybody. Happy Easter. My name is Toby, and I just wanted to share a little Easter message with you. I don't know if you've ever heard of the song Sounds of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel. Actually written in memory of the assassination of Kennedy. And then my favorite version is by Disturbed. It's a little bit harder, but I like it. Anyway, that was probably my theme song. And if you're a parent, you understand whenever I had toddlers, 2 year olds, or I guess parenting in general. I don't know if any of y'all have ever had a 2 year old, but the sounds of silence can freak you out. It's like the song, "Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to speak with you again." And then da 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 da. And the sounds of silence. That's what you hear whenever your 2 year old goes silent. You know what I'm talking about. Now, as soon as I heard silence with my daughter, I went looking. And I kind of always knew where to look, but you know what I'm talking about. You're running down the stairs, you're running down the hallway, you're like, oh my God, did I put up the Drano? Did I close the bathroom door? Did I put down the toilet seat? The cabinet door's open. Oh my gosh, the cat litter. She's probably eating dog food right now. You know what I'm talking about. But mine, I kind of knew where to go because she was like a toilet paper ninja. She could destroy a roll of toilet paper in like 2.3 seconds. Inevitably, I would find her sitting somewhere in the middle of the bedroom in a pile of toilet paper, celebrating her victory over conquering another roll of toilet paper. And I went, phew. But in silence, sometimes it's just scary. It freaks us out, right? The teenager doesn't call. The spouse, they're late. And all these voices in our head, something's happened. Something wrong. Oh my gosh, they're in a wreck. They're in an accident. Were they wearing clean underwear? You know what I'm talking about. It's scary. Silence can be scary and intimidating sometimes. And I think that's probably how the disciples felt whenever they were on the way to the tomb. They were hearing the sounds of silence. Of course, you know that the guards had been bribed by the Sadducees to say that Jesus' body had been stolen. So I'm sure they heard those rumors in their head. Now, he was dead, but there was still hope, They're still looking for their Jesus. And they heard that tomb was empty, and they're running to the tomb going, what's up? They're hearing the sounds of silence. I'm sure there was maybe an anticipation, an intimidation, all kinds of emotions going through their minds. And then they run to the tomb, and an angel meets them there. And an angel calms him down. He basically says, hey, man, don't freak out. The one that was crucified is no longer here. He is risen, and he's gone ahead of you. My friends, today I'm going to tell you something that silence is scary. Sometimes maybe it's somebody, where somebody you used to love was there. Maybe it's an ex, maybe somebody's passed away that you love, and there's a silent there's a silent place in your home. There's a place where love used to come from, and that silence just it's overwhelming. Sometimes the loneliness of the silence can be overwhelming. And you look into that silence, and silence just freaks you out. Maybe it's from trauma. That the angel said the one that has been crucified. They were going to a place of trauma. And sometimes, of trauma, there's, something bad around every corner. When you go to battle, the silence is scary, right? Before a tornado, the silence is scary. And so that angel says, this place of trauma, this place where you are coming I'm telling you, he's no longer here. It's no longer an issue because Jesus has risen from the dead. He's gone ahead of you to prepare a place for you. And so many times, we can be afraid, but how many of y'all know his body wasn't stolen? His body was offered to pay for everything and to redeem everything that's been stolen. Praise Jesus for that. And I challenge you today to look into your silence. Whenever that overwhelming silence, those things come in your mind, look into your silence and say, he is risen. He is risen indeed. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, if you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, and you believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. Jesus is Lord means look into your silence and say, God is in control. God is on the throne. In your heart, believe he is risen from the dead. When you look at that empty place, you say, Jesus is ahead of me. He already came ahead of me. He already knew this was going to happen. He already knew this emptiness was going to be here. All it is a sign that he is ahead of me, and I can't keep up with him because he's moving so fast, and he's preparing a place for me. Look into that silence, that intimidation. Look into it and say, he is risen. He is risen indeed. He is ahead of me, and he's prepared a place for me. I'm catching up to him because Jesus is fast. He works fast. So I encourage you today that he is risen. He is risen indeed. Take over that silence. Fill it with the risen Lord, the promises of the risen Lord, because he is risen indeed. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful Easter. I speak blessings over your families. Enjoy the Lord today.